Philippians 4:7 says, then you will experience God's peace, which exceeds anything we can understand. His peace will guard your heart as you live in Jesus Christ. Chapter 2 says, a peaceful mind generates power. About a week ago, there's this application that I have going, right? So I was always checking my email. Anytime I get an email, like I would always rush to open it to, find out what is going on, find out whether it's the email that I've been expecting. So this very morning, on impulse, I picked up my phone and I saw that I had an email. So I opened the email, but yeah, it's from the people that I have the application going with, but it wasn't what I was expecting. It was not what I was expecting. Like I was I was thrown out of balance. I started panicking. I had submitted all the documents I needed to submit. I had made all the payments. So it basically these people are the ones that are holding me. But this morning, I opened the email. I'm like, what is going on? They were requesting for, additional documents, like, and like I didn't know what to do. I was so confused. I was thrown out of balance. I knew instantly that I was going to have a very bad day. Instantly, I knew that like this was 8 a.m. So I knew that I was going to have a very bad day because my mind was just in chaos. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how long, even if I asked for this extra document, I didn't know how long it was going to take. Like that morning, that very moment, the peace that I had when I woke up, because before I go to bed every night, I would always plan my next day so that I would know I would know the things that I'm doing, and it gives me this sort of peace. It gives me this, I don't know, it sort of arranges my day. But in that very moment, I knew that I was losing it. Like everything, my mind was empty. Like I didn't know what I was going to do for the day. Meanwhile, mind you, I had already planned my day the previous night. So I was so shattered. I was so confused. I was like, what is all this? Like, this is not what I was expecting. I'm expecting to hear some good news. Why are you people, requesting for another document? Like, oh my goodness. But then all of a sudden, I'm like, what is going on? What is happening to me? So I just sat back. As I sat back, I put my hands on my temples and I started rubbing my temples. I'm like, I refuse to be frustrated. I refuse to be frustrated. God is taking care of it. I just started saying anything positive that would come to mind. I was like, I will not be frustrated. I refuse to be frustrated. God is taking care of it. God is handling it. God is handling it. I will not be frustrated. I will not be frustrated. I will not be thrown into chaos. So as I was saying, it's like, say 5 minutes later, I was able to gather my thoughts, right? I was able to gather my thoughts. I was able to calm down. So what I did next was I reached out to the person that was supposed to like give me the document, the extra document they were requesting for. And she was like, oh, that she's not surprised, that she has been actually waiting for me to request for this document, that she has been getting it from a lot of people. So she's not surprised hearing from me, seeing that I'm requesting for the document. So what she did was she asked me to, make some certain payments. And she said that she was going to send me the document by the end of the day or by tomorrow morning. I said, okay. So in that moment, I made the payment. I provided everything she needed. And, my peace sort of returned. I got back my sense of purpose. I got back like everything that felt like it was gone. I sort of got it back. So I waited to hear from her that day. I did not hear from her. And then I went to bed when it was like the end of the day. I went to bed, normal thing. Then I woke up the next morning and I opened my phone and I found out that she had sent me the document. So immediately I forwarded it to the people that I had the application going with. And just yesterday, I heard back from them that my application has been approved and I've been moved to the next level. I'm like, oh my God, thank goodness. I was so relieved when I heard back from them yesterday. But the point that I'm trying to make is, the chapter 2 of this book says, a peaceful mind generates power. Now, imagine where I wasn't able to gather my thoughts. Imagine where I actually let my mind stray. Imagine where I actually let my peace be stolen by this email that I got. No, I wouldn't have been able to figure out anything. I wouldn't have been able to calm down. I used to be someone that lets my emotions get the best of me. Like any small thing, any small bad news or anything, I'm already panicking. I'm already going, and I'm not able to think. I'm not able to like articulate my thoughts. I'm not able to like, okay, what do we do next? My thoughts are always going all over the place. But ever since reading this book, at least reading this chapter 2, it did something for me, and like it's been very helpful. A peaceful mind truly generates power, because you cannot have a successful day without your mind being at peace. Imagine where you have 1,000 things going on. Imagine where you are not able to figure things out. Just because you are thinking of this, you are thinking of that, you are worried that everything is in disarray, but you are not able to gather your thoughts. You are not able to say, okay, calm down, calm down, calm down. Like, what am I going to do next? What am I going to do next? How do I tackle this? So that is what would have happened to me if I wasn't able to like gather my thoughts, if I wasn't able to sort of put everything together and say, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to first of all calm down. I'm not going to let this get the best of, because what that was actually what I did. So you can actually talk yourself into having a peaceful mind, and you can talk yourself out of having a peaceful mind. Did you know that practicing a moment of silence can actually give you peace? Like, you have a lot going on. It's just like what I did that morning, right? I let myself take a deep breath, and I let myself take a deep breath and I started saying, I refuse to be frustrated. I refuse to have my day going in shambles. I refuse to have my peace stolen away from me. So you can actually do it, in times of trouble, where you have a lot of things going, where you don't know the way out, right? You don't know the next thing to do. You are so confused. Because you find out that in a moment where you are so confused, you can actually make a lot of mistakes. There are a lot of things that can go wrong if you're not able to tackle whatever it is that is disturbing your mind, if you're not able to tackle whatever it is that is trying to steal your peace. So a moment of silence can actually help you. I know that it's not easy, and truly it's not easy. But imagine where a lot is going on. The kids are shouting in the background, right? Your boss is going off. Why isn't this done? Your customers are going off on you. But imagine where you sit back and you actually relax, like you actually let yourself relax. You empty your mind. It's not easy. It's not easy. So, like, I'm not trying to make it seem like it's easy. I'm not trying to say that it's easy or to paint a picture that it's easy, right? But imagine where you sit back and you don't say anything, you don't talk to anyone, you just like stay on your own, you sit back and you relax, you try to empty your mind. You find out that it will actually do you a word of good. It will, and it can, right? You don't say anything, you don't, like, you try not to let your mind wander, because in that moment of peace, there is actually a lot that will try to sneak into your mind. But with good practice, it may not work the first time, it may not even work the second time. But if you keep practicing it, you find out that you're able to function better. Because when you have peace, right, you're able to do a lot of things better. When you have peace of mind, when you have peace of body and peace of soul, you find out that you're able to tackle problems. But we are always like, because the person that I used to be, like I said earlier, I used to be someone that any small thing, I'm going off. I am worrying, I am crying, I'm in disarray. I'm like, you know, but recently I'm able to articulate my thoughts. I'm able to calm myself down with my own words, because the words that are coming out of your mouth can actually either give you peace or it will take your peace away from you. So which one would it be? Which one will it be? What are you practicing today and what are you saying today? In your moments of troubles, in the moments where everything is going out of focus, everything is just, it seems as though everything is going wrong. What do you say in that moment? How do you tackle it? How do you tackle that thing that is trying to steal your peace? How do you tackle it? It says here, utter a series of panicky words and your mind will immediately go into a state of mild nervousness. You perhaps feel a sinking in the pit of your stomach that will affect your entire physical mechanism. If, on the contrary, you speak peaceful, quieting words, your mind will react in a peaceful manner. Now, imagine where you have an event, maybe you have a catering event, and you are thinking all sorts of negative things, or you are saying all sorts of negative things. What if I burn the food? Or what if I make it too salty? Or, what if I get to the event late? What if on carrying this food to the car, it pours out, it spills out, like a lot of negative things? You are saying a lot of negative things. Despite the fact that you may not mean these things, but you can actually see them manifesting. But imagine where, you walk in with confidence and you say nothing can go wrong today. Even though you are not sure that everything can go right, but just by speaking it, oh, nothing can go wrong today, I will get it right. You encourage yourself with your own words, because believe it or not, your mind cannot only take what they are given. If you speak, or if you profess negativity, that is what you get. But if you profess positivity, despite the fact that you may not be 100% sure of the outcome of the whole event, but you are telling yourself that it will go well. You are actually trying to, like, condition your mind to believe that everything will go well. Then maybe perhaps there is a at least 90% chance that everything will go well. But imagine where you are only professing negativity, you are only allowing yourself to think negative thoughts. There is no way you will function well. There is no way you will have a good day. Even physically, it will show on your body that you are panicking. It will show on your body that you don't have peace of mind. And the people around you are watching, maybe your staff, they are watching, and they draw inspiration, they draw strength from you. They draw peace from you. When they see that you're confident, they will become confident. But when they see that you have fear going inside of you, when they see that you are in a panicky state, when they see that you are not sure, they will have questions and they will not function well, because you are the head, you are the leader, you are the authority. And it is your job to, give these people courage. It is your job to make them believe that today is going to be a good day. So perhaps you have to just, give yourself that chance. You have to take that chance on you. When everything is going in shambles, when you are not sure of the outcome, when you are not sure of how the whole thing is going to come out, when you are not sure of anything, when you feel yourself panicking, when you can actually feel yourself panicking, you can actually feel it, that your peace is sipping away from you. It is good to actually take a moment to yourself. You can just excuse yourself, go into the room, or if there is any room there, go into the restroom, wherever. Just take a moment for yourself and calm yourself down. You can speak peace to your body and your body will listen. You owe yourself that. You can speak peace to your body and your body will react. Your body reacts to anything you feed it. It reacts to anything you tell it. So if you tell your body to panic, your body will start panicking. If you tell your mind to panic, your mind will start panicking. But in a situation or in a place where you calm down, you take control. That's just the like, to sum it up, take control. Take control of the situation, take control of your mind, take control of your body. Because whatever you have going inside your mind, whatever you have going inside your head, it shows in your whole body. But when you are able to calm yourself down, I will not panic. I refuse to panic. When you are able to say these words, I refuse to panic. I will not panic. Today will go well. My peace will not be taken away from me. When you say these words, you are able to calm down. You are able to think better, and you are able to come up with solutions to problems that, on a normal day, you are not able to come up with these solutions. But because you have peace going inside of you, because you are sure that everything will go well, because you have talked yourself into believing that everything will go well, all will go well. It all has to do with the words that comes out of your mouth. It all has to do with the words that you speak. So what are you speaking? I encourage you to speak only positive words today. It may not always be easy considering what we are all battling with and everything. But at least you deserve that peace of mind every once in a while. And imagine where you keep practicing it. Imagine where you keep practicing it to the point that it actually becomes a huge part of you, that nothing can ever phase you anymore. Nothing can ever shake you anymore. Despite the fact that everything is not going well, it doesn't shake you because there are some things that there are some things that are actually out of our control. And no matter how much you try, you are not able to control this stuff. So by having peace of mind, by having that type of peace that nobody can take away from you, you are able to discern at a certain point that this I cannot control, and you are able to let it go. You are able to accept that this is one thing I cannot control. This is one thing I have no control over. And when you have that type of peace, it gives you power. It gives you power. It doesn't let things control you. It doesn't let things get to you. It doesn't let words get to you because you've gotten to that point where you know that this is something I cannot control. This is something I have no control over. It's just like say what people think about you. That is one thing you have no control over. And by trying constantly to change their mind about you, by trying constantly to, prove to them that you are not this person they think of, that you are not this thing they think of, it is actually very draining. But when you've come to that place where you accept it, this is something I cannot control, and you've made your peace with it, you find out that it doesn't bother you anymore because you know your true identity, you know who you are. And no matter what they say, because people will eventually have something to say about you, whether you're giving it your or whether you're trying, whether you are truly a very kind person. People will always have something to say. So you can either choose to, let it bother you, or you can choose to let it go. And by getting to that point where you have chosen to let it go, you find out that you've taken control of your mind, of your body, and of your thoughts. You are not letting these things control you. You are not letting these things steal your peace away from you, take your peace away from you. That is true power. You have actually gained power over your mind, over your thoughts, over your soul. And when you've actually gotten to that point, you find out that nothing can ever bother you again, at least to some extent. Nothing can bother you anymore because you've sort of gotten to the point where you are able to differentiate between the things that you have control over and the things that you do not have control over. You've gotten to the point where you say, oh, like you are able to easily let things go because you know this one I cannot control. But when it is something that you can control, you've gotten to the point where you also have that peace of mind, where you can actually sit and think and come up with ideas or come up with thoughts on how to handle this particular problem. I hope the chapter 2 of this book has been very helpful. I hope it has been very impactful. I hope that at this point, you are able to come to terms with the things that you have control over and the things that you do not have control over. Because when you've gotten to that point where you know that these are the things that I can control and these are the things that I cannot control, you've mastered peace of mind. And I also honestly hope that, when you find yourself in some certain situations, in some certain conditions, that you are able to talk yourself into having peace of mind. You are able to convince yourself that this will not take control of me. This will not have power over me. This will not determine how my day will go. So I hope we have learned a lot. I really, really hope that I inspired someone today. So, you guys, I am so happy that we've come this far. I am so happy that I am learning these things with you. I am so happy that we are doing this together because I wouldn't have it any other way. So, as usual, you check the description box below. I'm going to be dropping the things that stood out for me from chapter 2. And I'm also going to be dropping some quotes as well. So I cannot wait to do chapter 3 with you guys. I cannot wait to even know what chapter 3 is talking about. Until then, thank you so much for staying with me. Bye.